Good evening, everybody, and welcome inside Keith Miller Arena here at the East Hants Sportsplex for this Nova Scotia Senior Hockey League matchup between the visiting Pictou County Shoreline Pipers and the home team, the East Hants Penguins. Starting goaltenders, I got squirreled. I'm joined today by my co-host, cameraman, and producer, so wearing all kinds of hats here, Mr. Logan Carruthers. We're back for another game here on a Saturday night. Logan, how you feeling? Very quickly.
Good, really good. I mean, did some inventory today, but made the quick trip out here, and now I'm here ready to do some hockey.
You know what? A couple of these guys on the ice might have had inventory today as well. That's adulthood, but we're underway here. I'm Matt Dudelay for High Button Sports. We thank you once again here for tuning in. Another brisk Saturday night here in Lance, Nova Scotia. Starting goaltender for the East Hants Penguins, who will now appear on your screen, number 31, Brian Gillis. A 9-1 record, 3.19 GAA, and an 8.94 save percentage. And at the other end, where we are heading as well, as they are charged with an icing, is number 1, Andrew McLeod. His number, 6.27 goals against average and an 8.88 save percentage. Not too bad for a winless team so far. So face-off down in the Pipers zone here. One cleanly right off the draw. Shue felt the shot there. McLeod tested early and a good sharp toe save there as that one moves back to the point. Into the middle of the ice for the captain, Burke. Burke spins off. He had Alibi on him. My first look at Alibi here so far now is the Penguins. On the forecheck, Spears finishes his check as the puck stays down inside the zone. Alibi tangled up, turned it over to Burke. Burke up top. Spec Meek fires from distance. That was blocked along the way. Fraser Roddick in the way of that one before it could get to the goal. Now is Fudge. Will loft that one up, perfectly placed. That'll not have enough for icing, and it'll allow them to get a change here. Now is Spears. Tried to feed Burke on the come-through. It was poked off his stick. Now is Jacques back for it. Jacques stick lifted. Spears intercepts. Puck is reversed. Aiden Hickey now. Cross-ice pass. Chipped off the wall. And that one's going to be chipped up and out of play from Jake Martin, so we'll have a stoppage of play.
Yeah, good first shift there for the Penguins, getting some offensive zone pressure and the forecheck rolling here early.
Yeah, you play the game 200 feet away from your own net's usually a pretty good thing here, so it's a little bit of a slower pace to start here. Things will open up, I'm sure, here as we continue on, as Daly, the right point, holds the line. Noseworthy back in the lineup here. Towards the goal. And behind the net now, he's suited up with Ty Hunter and Morris and Nosey playing with the young pups out there. Trying to get some youth back into those old legs. Now as that shot from the point is smothered up from McLeod, and he'll hang on here. 18:22 left to go in the first period. So the Penguins coming into this game on a 4-game win streak. 6-3 victory over Churro last game on home ice. And for the Pipers, a 10-2 loss here in East Hants a week ago. Looking for a different result here, I'm sure, and still trying to get into the win column here. Ismar now off the draw, takes it behind the goal, moves it back for Daly, tipped in front there, Noseworthy got a stick on it, but it goes wide now. Ty Hunter takes a return pass on the half wall. Verge in a good defensive spot there is Mikey Willis suiting up here. He was dealt from the East Hants Penguins earlier on in the season, wearing number 35 out there. Oh, left wing pass, Ryder in the lineup here for the Penguins tonight, wearing number 90, hit on the forecheck. Goodwin now. Circles through the neutral zone, spins back, he'll fire it back to his defender Daly. Daly tried to go for the sneak play through the middle of the ice, but Verge intercepts now back the other way, one-on-one. He'll drive wide to the backhand, quick shot, deflected up and into the netting. So Brandon Verge doing most of the scoring here for this Pipers team. 12 goals, 8 assists for 20 points, and it slims out pretty well after that. But a guy that came from the Rural League, and Andy Ganesh, kept the legs going, kept the reps, and just a good athlete all around, a real good ball player as well. So, yeah, looking for him, player to watch here tonight for the Pipers.
You teach him that finish, dudes? I know you were his roommate back in the day.
Yeah, I think maybe I have diminished his production by being in his room potentially, but great roommate too, so good team guy, and I'm sure he's well liked by his teammates. So off the draw now is a shot from the point. Baker went for the hit at the point, and Alibi got the best of him as Gillis smothers up here. So East Hants supposed to be playing tomorrow night right here again, 7 p.m. against the Antigonish Bulldogs. And if I'm being transparent with you guys at home, they took our beer league slot. So we're going to have to find another way to get the reps in. And a shot from the point from Alibi finds the back of the net. And he said, that's enough out of you, Mr. Commentator. I'm going to find the back of the net here and open the scoring here for the Pipers. So good start for them. Looks like it will be Alibi as he'll lead the flyby. And, of course, we'll wait for the official call.
Yeah, and quick face-off win and getting pucks to the net. It's always a good thing, and that one just found the top of the net and past Gillis, and the opening goal was a nice shot from the point.
Tougher to stop if you can't see it. Just we'll wait to see if anybody deflected it. I don't really think anybody on the Pipers team is going to care. Regardless, they're on the board first here as that one's going to be dumped in. Scully in, back to the point. Rogers, shot through traffic. That one goes wide on the blocker side. Now is Scully in on the forecheck. Down to Wenzel on the cycle. Spears in the high slot in the F3 position. Got a pass. Good battle there, a little backhand toe drag. Back to the point for Rogers. Chipped in deep. Sent the length of the ice. Heads up down there as that hit a bucket somewheres in some bench because we heard it from over here. But it looks like nothing but smiles over there from both benches, so it looks like they're going to be okay. Probably not their first biscuit in the dome, I'm sure.
No, definitely not. Except for a little scary when you don't got a shield on or something like that.
Yeah, you know, I think for the most part, a lot of these guys probably came from the half shield, so pretty used to having to be aware. It's like having that sign on pucks may leave the surface and we're not held responsible. So it's the same thing for us up here. So remember that when that puck's in the air. So back to play here. Schufelt loops back in his own zone, and real nice regroup there from the Penguins in motion. Spears takes the entrance pass there, had it poked off his stick, looking to regain possession. He does. For Thompson, he'll walk right in, right down Broadway, shot there, and off the stick of McLeod. And you know what, Logan, the stick is part of the gear, so that's going to be a nice save there from McLeod.
Yeah, I get to play with Clowder in junior and played against him growing up, and he's one of the better goalies I've got to play with. I won a championship junior A with him during the COVID year, which was one of the longer seasons of my career. And
small flex there.
Yeah, no, he's an awesome goaltender, and look to see if he can hold Pictou in this game.
I mean, a championship behind your name as a goaltender certainly helps your cause a little bit. You want goaltenders that can win, and he seems pretty calm, cool, and collected in the net. But, of course, we are a long ways from the finish here in this one as Penguins get some pressure here. Pulled out of the crowd there by Martin as he goes cross ice now for Jacques. Jacques hooked up. Both refs blinked at the same time there. No call. Spears down the right side. Shot there. McLeod the save, and the rebound was there for a moment for Burke, but McLeod stops it and covers up there. I almost called him Clowder. Get caught up in the nickname game there, but that's what happens at this level too. You know, these guys have had nicknames for a long time now, so.
Yeah, and he wouldn't be offended if you called him Clowder for sure. I know I just called him it, so that's probably where you got it from, but that is his nickname.
Well, good to know we're at least spewing some facts here early on, as that one hits a weird part of the glass, but knows where they're showing off the hand-eye coordination down deep as he picks that up on the bounce, tries to cycle it deep. Hits Verge's new blades there. As if you can remember last game, he had to exit the game early due to a skate issue. Looks like he's back in action. Well, doesn't look like he is. As Mara enters his zone, knows where they came in for support. Held into the line. Pound. Now sent the other way. Virgin behind the D, but the icing is going to be waved off here, so he'll be there first in plenty of time. Cycles it. Nobody quite there yet as he potentially heard the footsteps. They will keep possession down low. Verge with it now, looking for the wraparound. Chance goes far side there. Gillis able to get the left pad down, still loose in front. All kinds of chaos. And Gillis stands strong down there, so a little sneak attack there. I think Gillis might have thought Verge was going for the close post, but he held on for a split second longer and tried to go far post, but good job by Gillis there early on here.
Yeah, new pickup too in there, trying to bang that home. Ian McPhee played a couple years in the Quebec League, played in U18 in the Halifax Max. He was the captain for them, actually, so good to see a new pickup there for the Pipers.
Yeah, good, strong player. I seen him in warm-up there and thought right away that's a pretty good pickup right there. And that's the name of the game. Find the players that are available here as it's turned over. Spears looking for Scullion on the trailer. Duped me. Armstrong shot there off the bar. And Armstrong looking for, it's in.
Sniped it.
Okay, well.
Went bar down.
Armstrong strikes here for the Penguins. My apologies, folks. I thought that one hit the crossbar and went up into the netting. An absolute laser there from Armstrong. And just like that, we're at a tie game.
Yeah, great patience on the entry to find the trailer. And like you said, it duped you. You thought he got the first guy, but it was actually the D-man jumping up there, and a great jump by number 2 for the Penguins.
Yeah, back to square one here as we're underway now after the face-off. That's Armstrong's third goal of the season. Not a bad shot there now, a short side shot there. That one, now see, that one I thought went in, so something's got to give here. We'll get the eyes adjusted.
I might have to go to the eye doctor there, Duder.
I haven't been there, I don't think, ever, so. 2020 up here. Speck Meek loops in his own zone through the middle onto Schufelt. Schufelt, right side for Spears as they enter the zone. Spears, little drop pass there. Schufelt dodged a hit. Back the other way. Go the Pipers now is Alexis Jacques. Jacques, cross corner dump. In on the forecheck now is McLennan. McLennan picks up the puck. He's pushed off it. And that'll switch sides here now as Speck Meek in behind his own goal. Up the left side, heads up there. Spears in the trolley tracks, but no train coming as Jacques turned it over, though, through the middle of the ice. Good stick there. Now the Penguins are going to go back the other way here in transition. Burke, left side. Spears picks it up cleanly on the backhand. Little saucer pass just over the stick of Schufelt there. Now Schufelt out front. Nice save. Clouder stays strong. Rebound was there, and Spears cleared out of the front of the net area, and Andrew McLeod. That one pained me a little bit to watch. Full splits, bunch of guys whacking away at that puck, and you talked about the eye doctor earlier. That would have sent me to the real doctor for sure, but a good save.
Yeah, no, he like I said, he's a good goaltender. He keeps his teams in games, and with a couple new additions for the Pipers, I think they're a different team than we saw here last week.
At the end of the day, these guys just reps, and here we go. We got ourselves a tilt. We got Fraser Roddick and Connor Baker here. They're going to shed the elbow pads and the mitts, warm up the hands here, and now they'll square off at center ice.
I'll get some energy in the building.
Little tie up now as Baker looking for the first punch, just missed on the backside of the helmet. Roddick, second fight against Baker here. Oh, nice right hand, little jab left, got Baker good there now as overhand right. Roddick and Baker, the right hand, takes him down. And a very quick nod of respect from both guys. And they're having a good chuckle after that. So, like you said, Logan, that'll put a few more butts in those seats. Connor Baker coming in as the 13th forward. And he'll get the gate for the rest of this one. So shout out to him and Fraser Roddick. Both those guys squaring off for the second time, I do believe. And a good little tilt. Didn't last as long as maybe some people would have expected. But when you're throwing heavy hands, sometimes you forget about the feet. And I can't really touch too much on the fighting. I never did it much myself. But listen, love being in the booth for those. A lot safer up here. And shout out to those two guys, still getting it done for their teammates.
Yeah, those quick little left jabs kind of threw Baker off balance just a little bit. They kind of, they're a little harder maybe than he was expecting, but a great tilt here to start the game, and the energy definitely going to come into the Sportsplex now.
Now, you talk about timing. We touched on it last game. We thought maybe, 8-2 game, 8-1 game, probably not going to happen. It did. Now, 1-1 game, your team comes out a little flat. You fall short on the lead early. You tie it up. I thought that was a pretty good time myself.
Yeah, definitely trying to get your team energized here. A little bit of a flat start, but like we mentioned, Picto's going to be a different team than they were a week ago, so it's not going to go with maybe, 10-2 like we saw a week ago.
And nobody likes to see those scores other than the teams that score 10 goals, of course, and a little bit tighter here to start. Shot 7-7, 1-1 so far the scores. The faceoff comes to the left side of Gillis here. Looks like it's going to be Marr and Verge on the draw. One cleanly right to the side. Real good recognition there. Now is Pound. Comes inside the zone. Noseworthy went for the hit. And McPhee ducked under him there. Now Hunter tripped up. Play continues. Marr picks up the loose puck and
power play.
So Penguins had the puck. Not sure why the whistle went, but we're going to head to the Penn Hills power play here as number 19, Alexis Jacques, heads to the penalty box for tripping. You see there on your screen. So the Penn Hills power play, if you're a new viewer or just listener, a power play goal from the Penguins will send a season ticket holder with a couple green fees to the Lynx at Penn Hills. Fantastic course. A little bit biased as I golf there and do work there in the summer, but it is a very good spot. So season ticket holders hoping here for some freebies now as we get underway. It looks like it's Noseworthy, Spears, Schufelt, Burke, and Thompson, so 4 forwards and 1 D here on the power play as they work it around up top. Schufelt back to Thompson in the middle. Thompson to the right side for Burke. The slap shot there was a knuckling puck. Save made by McLeod. Rebound. Out to the point, but not out. Thompson, Schufelt, winds, fires. That was blocked. Love me a good old-fashioned block shot. There's Cam Allaby, his third of the game here. So he might have just as many saves as McLeod, close to anyway, as the Penguins get set up here on the power play. Good forecheck there. Was McLennan disrupting things, and now he'll come away with the puck as he chips it in deep. Looking for his partner, McGean. Now Burke's going to have to be heads up here as McGean, and we learned before the game, Logan played a little bit of East Coast Hockey League and some University of Guelph, so no slow choke there. It's nice to see him making an impact early on now as he'll pick the puck up on shorthanded through the neutral zone. 2-on-2 forming here. McDonald in with him. Gein keeps to the backhand, front tipped, and Gillis drops it down with the glove. He's going to move it up smartly, quickly. And great play there by Spears to pick that up. Not your average pick up there on a pass as he walks in. Shot there. That was blocked by Willis, and now he's going to head the other way. Willis looking for his partner there as that was quickly turned and fired up for Daly. Now Wenzel through the neutral zone. 29 seconds left to go here in the power play. Wenzel stops up, moves it back for Daly, but Pipers were there. Spears takes a bump, left it for Scullion. Scullion slows it down into the middle for Spears. Spears winds, fires off the glass. Wenzel finds the loose puck. In behind the goal now, Scullion. 13 seconds left to go on the man advantage. Back up top to the right point for Pound. Pound now works down low. Scullion into the middle. Spears spin around, a little bit of space. Fires a shot there. That goes wide. Penalty about to expire. Jacques back. Heads up. Pound has to be quick. Jacques go to the box and shot towards the goal. McLeod thought he had it, but the rebound comes free. Penguins maintain possession here in the offensive zone. Pound, fake shot, back down low to Wenzel. Turn fired at the net, and McLeod. Good job to see that one, and pretty easy save for him. And a much-needed change there from the Pipers. There's good puck movement there from the Penguins on the power play, Logan, but they weren't able to really get any grade A chances. Couple block shots and some good defense there from the Pipers.
Yeah, good PK for the Pipers, and they got some veteran guys back there, Jacob Hickey, and some guys that'll lay their body on the line and been doing it since junior. And that was a good kill for the Pipers here to get some momentum back for their side.
Yeah, it's a game of momentum shifts all the time, and there you see the old bounces here at the Igloo. Just never know what they're going to do. Gillis will get his touch. He'll guide traffic. Armstrong flushed out from the right side. Outlet pass cross ice for Spears. Spears was harassed there. Now Verge a shot there. Gillis made the save. Kind of had a hard time with it as the rebound comes free. Turnaround shot there. Tripped in front. Verge got a stick on it. And that one goes up and over the goal. So we'll have a face-off here inside the Penguin zone just about halfway through the first period. Not a bad crowd here. It's actually filled up quite a bit since warm-up here. The game started a little late, so maybe people got word. But not as big of a crowd as we've seen, but not the smallest either. So people will probably see the fight now and get their tickets for the next game.
Yeah, that'll definitely put some bums in seats.
There's Spears down the left side with a head of steam. Very deceivingly fast. I think those long legs really help him in that department. Doesn't look like he's even really trying that hard, but kind of blows by defensemen every now and then, so he'll head for a change. The puck stays inside the zone. Burke and Schufelt working beneath the goal line. Little pick there from Thompson, perfectly done, no penalty. All the way around, Schufelt, backdoor, and a bad angle shot from Goodwin is going to be smothered up, so we will take a quick TV timeout, and we'll have a look here at the matchup and the standings and the league leaders. So after our quick TV timeout, we will return. All right, we're back here from the Keith Miller Arena here in Lance, Nova Scotia. A 1-1 tie between the Pipers and the Penguins. Youngsters out there cleaning the snow, doing a heck of a job, but it's always tough to get them off the ice. They're taking their moment. The old give you an inch, take a mile, but in this manner, very positive in my opinion.
Yeah, it's done right here in the Igloo for sure. That's been a thing that they've done since the start of the year, and I know the kids love it, and they love being around the guys and down by the locker room and stuff like that. So done right here in East Hants for sure.
So we will have a face-off in the Piper zone, and just to touch on that for a moment, at that age, you don't know NHL, East Coast League, senior. These are community role models,
NHL.
And this is what they look for, right? This is what's going on in the town. So, like you said, it's done right here at the Igloo. Love to see the kids out there, but we're going to get back to the adults here as the face-off just to the right of McLeod, and it's going to be won cleanly by the Pipers, and they will quickly move it up as McCumber looking for his first goal in the season. Cross corner dump, Speck Meek. Chipped it back the other way. Now Marr will pick it up here in full swoop. Marr, cross ice for Ryder as he's taken down. And the puck's going to stay inside the zone, and Marr's going to be the first one on it. Ooh, and that was crazy. Dodged a bullet for sure as Marr wiped out just as the man was coming to hit him. But crisis averted on this one as a slap shot there from Thompson is smothered up from McLeod. And now, speaking of the slap shot, that's one shot that we've seen quite a bit of in the senior league specifically. You don't really see it at the young ages, and obviously you know why, but these guys understand when they have the time, and you actually see Burke do it quite a bit on the power play. They look for that big one-time or even just the walk-in slap shot for a rebound, and a lot of times he'll put them in the back of the net. Yeah,
and they're number one in their league, and it seems to be working, so, hey, stick to what's working.
And who doesn't love a good old clapper, right? Yeah. It's the first thing you do when you get out on the ice after your career finishes, just to see if you still got it. Spears now back to the point. It does make its way there, right across for Daly. Daly towards a goal. Bouncing puck goes wide. Spears reaching for it, but now McGean through the middle. Weak side winger wasn't quite there yet as the centerman stayed low. Turned over, though, down the left side. Shot there on the glove side was just wide. Now a weird bounce there. Heads up as Willis had Spears in the trolley tracks there for a good 10, 11 seconds. And Spears just got out of the way. And lucky for him as both those bodies collide. No damage done, not that I'm aware of. Now Daly. Scully in, quickly across. Wenzel dumps it in. Scully in a foot race here with Willis. He'll pick it up first. Now try to go back door and fanned on the attempt, so it's going to go back the other way here. Off the stick, turned it over. Little confusion here through the neutral zone. Fudge lofts that one up into the ceiling, and that one is going to be whistled dead. 8:15 left to go here in this first period. Still deadlocked at 1. The shot's now 14-9 in favor of the Penguins. So we'll head to center ice, neutral zone face-off here just in front of us. Burke and Martin on the draw, both captains, matter of fact, as the Pipers will win that one cleanly. Now is Jacques. Carries. Little cross-corner dump. He picked up on the bounces last game, and he realizes that those pucks aren't going to sit in the corner, so good cross-corner dump there. They weren't able to get in on the forecheck. Those that turned over just inside the blue line. Now is Burke to the backhand. Spin around, looking for the trailer. Finds him. Spears. Shot there through a crowd. And McLeod finds it through the crowd, and he will hang on and cover it up once again. So Pictou doing a good job of boxing out here, allowing McLeod to see that puck, and looks like they're going to have to get a few bodies in front to beat him.
Yeah, like I said, he could steal a game for any team, and with this new roster, I'm sure he's pretty happy between the pipes right now.
And sometimes it's just a feel thing, right? You get out to the gate, you get tested early. Sometimes maybe sitting in the net for too long gets you cold or whatever. I don't know. I didn't really play goalie, but you got to think the more active you are, probably the better you feel at the end of the day. Towards the front of the goal now as no one can find the puck, including us up here, but it's picked up by Martin on the right side. Through the middle of the ice, too far for his teammate to reach now as transition back the other way. Spears tried the toe drag, couldn't get around Martin. That one just missed the iPad there. Into the corner it goes. Jacques, both 19s, will head for the puck. Burke finishes his check, and Jacques stays on his feet, though. Now is Martin back the other way. He's got a man with him. Good hard pass down the left side. Opportunity shot there off the stick of McLennan. Kicked away by Gillis. Puck back the other way now. Spears faked the pass. Gets around Verge in the neutral zone. Walks in. Over to the left side for Hunter. Hunter in front for Spears right away. Whacks at it, and McLeod finds it. And he will smother it up here once again. 6:53 left to go in the first period. The Penguins will get Noseworthy out to complete the line change here of Marr, Hunter, and Noseworthy. McPhee, Verge, and Legier out there for the Pipers up front. I'm going to go ahead and say that one's the first unit. All the way around now, pinch down, Thompson. Hunter finds it, tries to move it to Noseworthy right away. It was deflected, and now McPhee back the other way. McPhee, he'll carry, and over the line, drops it now for Verge. Verge walks in, shoots through a crowd. Rebound was there, and McPhee finds it, and he'll get his first goal of the season and third point. And just like that, the Pipers take the lead. And once again, Logan, a very simple play, a shot to the net. The rebound comes loose, and a body there to bang it home.
Yeah, and the new addition, too, we talked about at the start. Ian McPhee played a couple games with Halifax and then played, I believe, some junior A, but was a good U18 player, was a captain for the Max, and You know, Tim Boyce always wanted the boys to drive the net, and you see an example of it there, and he buries her home for his third.
Yeah, Don Cherry somewhere is loving that goal. Quick shot to the net, a rebound, as now Gillis will clear it down to the other goaltender, McLeod, who will safely move it aside there for Allaby. On the far side, bounced over the stick. Legier, chip through the middle. Nice pick up there by Verge as he works in over the line now. McPhee stayed on side. Verge tried to drop it. He got some support coming in. Legier able to hold the line, dumps it in deep. Thompson on the right side. Looking through the middle, finds Hunter. Hunter tried to chip it free. Now it'll find Marr, but it bounced through his feet. McGeen back the other way. Great pass there. Verge on transition towards the goal. Block it away. Rebound was there. Bouncing puck. As now Noseworthy back with it. Marr was heading to the wall. Switched to the middle. As the pass was intercepted now is Willis. Far side for Verge. Verge, nice drop pass there, and they were just offside at the line. A nice little touch play there. A little more pep in the Piper step here, and they're zipping the puck around nicely. And right now they sit with a 2-1 lead here with just over 5 minutes to go.
It's funny what a couple goals does to the energy level, hey?
Yeah, a couple big saves at one end, and you get yourselves a couple goals, especially against the first place team. You know, these momentum shifts in the game, but still lots of hockey to be played here, and I'm pretty sure the Penguins probably aren't too worried as of this point right now. So Schufelt in over the line. Shot there, another block from Willis. Rebound was there. Burke picked up the bouncing puck and batted it out of the air, but it goes up into the netting and out of play, so we will have a stoppage here. 5:27 left to go. 15-13 the shots, but it's the Pipers who lead 2-1 here.
Face-offs have been key. Each team's got a couple chances, won a goal off one, so look for the face-offs here to be key going through the rest of this game.
You know, the older the players get, the more experience, the better they are on the face-offs, and everybody has a job on a win or loss now, as that shot from Martin was deflected and goes up into the netting at the far end. But honestly, from what I can remember as a player, face-off assignments are simple, but it's very hard to almost anticipate what's going to go on, so you're sometimes late, and it really can make a difference. But maybe that's just me, but you're right. A face-off play there, we almost saw another chance there, is pretty key. But listen, you can't score without the puck, and face-offs are a quick way to get you possession. Now as Burke turns it over inside, he tried to go on the blocker side, off the glass, onto the netting, picked off as Jacques and Spears. To tie up now is Burke, a weird bounce in front, and he'll find it. And just like that, the captain strikes with his 12th goal of the season, point number 26. And a late Christmas gift there for the captain, Burke, as that one just took a weird hop. But hey, go to the net, good things happen, and we got ourselves a tie game now.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, I think that was passed out. I don't know if it took a weird bounce off the end wall, but it looked like the East Hants player tried to get it out there at least. I don't know if he meant to do it just like that, but.
According to the score sheet, that's what it was.
Yeah.
So now we're back to play. Scullion takes the pass and returns the favor. Now he'll pick it up through the neutral zone on the right side, through the middle. Wenzel shot there. McLeod the save, and he will cover it up here. So shots 18-13 now. We'll see who got the assist on this one. So that'll be primary assist to Schufelt.
Another quick play there off the draw.
Ooh, that puck had eyes there. So that one was officially Burke from Schufelt and Spears. Schufelt's 30th point of the season, 17th assist. And Spears his 13th apple of the season. So stand under those boys' trees, and you might find yourself a stray apple there. And 2-2 game now as the Pipers will ice the puck. So we'll head back down to the Pipers zone here. Just under 5 minutes to play. 50-50 now, sitting at $595. We'll fire the QR code up here. Definitely an intermission, maybe at the next stoppage of play. You give yourselves a chance to scan that and help support the team. And listen, everybody could use a little extra cash these days now as that one rolls towards the goal. Gillis will come out and play it. So we'll fire up the QR code for you very quickly here. You get a peek at that. Pricing's all there. Draw will be made at the start, or just before the start of the third period. As we'll switch sides now. So it's going to be Fudge and Burke on the draw. Burke won it cleanly on to Gillis, and a couple blue jerseys on the doorstep. He'll hang on. So we'll go right back where we started here. You see here Fudge on his weak side, so nobody's set up in behind him for that quick play as the Pipers actually come away with the face-off here towards the front of the goal. Heads up there, Goodwin, good Valley boy, in behind the net. Chipped up the left side. Ryder tried to make the play, but it bounced off his stick. It's whacked ahead by the hand. Now is Armstrong's going to pick it up here on the right side. Moves it for Goodwin. Goodwin just in offside as Verge was trying to strike McGee in behind the play. Oh, another stoppage here. So a little choppy here for the last couple minutes, but a couple icings and an offside. Well, the face-off just in front of us here now is Marr and Verge. Partner pass across. Knows where they turned it over, but lost his twig. Now is Marr in over the line. He's got Hunter with him. Marr, right side, shot there off the helmet. And the net comes off as Hunter was pushed into the net there by Oxner. A little crisscross applesauce in the blue line, but kind of got themselves tangled up there for a sec. But good strike there in transition. That's one real good thing in this league I've seen is the transition game is superb.
Yeah, and Oxner played in the Sackville alumni game last night, actually. I got to see him play out there. And $1.3 million to their rink yesterday was granted to them by the government, so a little kudos to them. And
nice. Gotta love that little community support. Sackville, they show up big for all their events, though, so I'm not surprised. So we get back to play now. Rogers couldn't play it at the line. He's got McPhee on him. McPhee steals it. Quick shot there. Gillis a save, and he'll cover it up, but the strength of McPhee on display there. So new. He still has the red gloves over there, but good strong play from him. Maybe on the verge of a hooking call, but referees are going to let him play once again here.
Yeah, let the players decide. I like that. I like that.
Face off to the left side of hometown boy Brian Gillis. Back to the point. Willis fired a shot. Wenzel went for the block, and Willis fanned on it. Now is Scullion 2-on-1 with Spears. Scullion, beautiful saucer pass for Spears. Back to Scullion there, and what a save, McLeod. It went tic-tac-toe, and toe was what made the save from McLeod. Now it was a rebound on the right side there, and that one off of McLeod's helmet and up and out of play. What a sequence there from the netminder, Andrew McLeod. That was quite the save backdoor there. Very good lateral movement.
Yeah, and it's not the first time I've got to see him do that, so.
Yeah, well, I'm imagining you missing your assignment back post, and that's where that pass came from, so that's probably how you've seen it.
Yeah, probably from the ring-out line, just watching the guys go 2-on-1.
You know, the guys are good. Sometimes it's nice to be a spectator up there. The face-off down. Jacques spins off of Burke. Nice to see Jacques back. I think he took a little bit of time off, and now he's back in the lineup, and a good addition, of course. Now is Burroughs through the middle of the ice. McCumber couldn't hang on. Thompson moves it over to the left side for Schufelt. Schufelt in over the blue line. Left it there for Thompson. And now a stretch back the other way. Linesman no offside on the play. That save made by Gillis. The puck bounces all the way out to the blue line. Not out, though. Speck Meek finds it. Cross ice pass. Burke. Pure strength there to pick that one up. Spins and finds Schufelt on the fly. In over the line. Schufelt fires across ice for Spears into an area. Allaby went for the hit. Puck reverses sides. Daly off the skates. Thompson there to help out. As he just ran into his man, McLennan, there, and that one's going to be sent the length of the ice. So a face-off down in the Piper zone. They're charged with an icing. 2:16 left to go here in the first period. So game before went a little bit late, so we got a late start to this one. Face off to the left of McLeod now. Puck is down. Off the draw, poke to the point. Look to the middle of the ice. Pound. Fires one through. Tipped in front there. That one goes up and over the goal. Spears around for Wenzel. Back up top for Daly. Daly didn't trust the ice rate quick, so he put his skate down in front of it. A shot towards the goal. Simple game plan here for this line. Bodies in front and hammer that puck to the goal. Is another icing here. Charge of the Pipers, so they won't be able to change once again here. And that's I'm a big fan of that rule change over the last few years. I was a type of guy that would hit the panic button when I was tired, fire it down the ice, but to be penalized for it with no changes, I guess it keeps the fluidity of the game maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, and you think twice about just sending it down when you're a little bit tired. You maybe want to place it into an area that might not let it go all the way down for icing. So it adds a little bit more skill too.
That's a little game within the game, of course. Though up and over would probably be the play there instead of down and out.
Oh.
And that one got deflected right up here. Yep, off the hip there. That's what happens when you pay attention.
Hey, nice block.
Not bad. I usually am known for blocking shots. Maybe not necessarily these days, but back in the day. But hey, I'll get to go home, show the wife a little war wound there, and it's a tough gig up here for us sometimes.
Oh, yeah. The battle scars.
Yeah. Nice to see the guys come over and apologize. Like to see the compassion a little bit from the fellas, but Penguins back the other way. Spears a shot there on the low blocker side. We'll stop now as the rebound. Minute 22 left to go here. I definitely heard Noseworthy yell at me after the puck hit me from the bench. I can recognize, well, when you're one of your best buddies, you can hear his voice pretty well anywheres. Wonder if that'll go down in the stat sheet, Logan, for me.
Get on the score sheet somehow, hey?
Spears looking for the toe drag. Able to get it through, but a great defensive play there from Cam Allaby. So last minute to play here in the first period, brought to you by Guardian. He's held in the zone. Little drop pass there. Spears up top for Armstrong. One touch pass back down. It's going to be Scullion who collects here. Oxner cross-checked his man. Scullion battling down there, was stripped of the puck. Now it's going to go back to the far side. McGinn in a foot race here with Schufelt. You can be anybody in the world, and Schufelt's going to give you a run for your money, I think. Still collect here and behind the goal. Back up the right side this time. Armstrong got a piece of it, so no icing. 25 seconds left to go here in the first. Looked around the corner. McDonald down there. He'll get the puck back. He's tripped up, or maybe fell. Either way, it looks like he fell according to the officials. Now is the centering pass. Spears back to the forehand. McLeod took the angle away. Nifty little stick handling there from Regan Spears. In tight from the big man, but a good save from McLeod. I saw that shot coming from a mile away. I was just trying to protect the moneymaker, right? The voice box. You thought I was going to say face. So 7 seconds left. Face off, bouncing puck. Bounces away from everybody, and now look at McLennan go right down Broadway. Left side, McLennan shot there, Gillis. Now McLennan gets tangled up there and looks like it fizzled out pretty quickly, but a last second chance there for McLennan, really showing off that speed, but good play from the goaltender Gillis. He knew nobody was with him. He had no chance to make a move, so just cut it down and make the save. So that'll bring us to the end of the first period, a 2-2 tie here between the Pipers and Penguins. 23-16, the shots in favor of East Hants. We'll head to the intermission, and we'll be back with second period action. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here inside the East Hants Sportsplex. Period number 2 just about underway. Deadlocked at 2, heading into 2, 23-16, the shots. Logan, what did you like from the Penguins in the first period?
Oh, I thought their forecheck was good. They had a good ozone time as well. But yeah, no, I thought it was a pretty evenly matched first period. You know, up and down the sheet, opportunities for both teams. But yeah, you know, the Penguins, that fight definitely gave them a little bit of energy and kind of sparked a little momentum for sure. So, you know, a little bit of a slow start, but they picked it up near the end of the second half of that period.
So we're officially underway now here in the second period, and Schufeld's going to start things off with a little T-drag and only got about halfway towards the goal. And now the puck's going to go back the other way. Here's McGean. Inside out there. Couldn't get around Speck Meek, who's going to carry the puck through the neutral zone now as he'll hang on. Schufelt, real good job to battle and stay onside. Towards the front of the goal. Didn't quite make its way there. Bouncing behind. Burke battling with Jacques. Now Jacques will carry. Real good deception there as he just pumped that back foot and got himself off to the races now as a pass in front was deflected, and net's going to come off the pegs. Hasn't quite frozen to the ice yet, so we'll have a stoppage of play. Just 30 seconds in, 36 seconds according to my math. Probably wrong, but...
Yeah, and you said that push off that back foot from Jocks. We saw that a couple times last week, and he's a pretty smooth skater. I like to watch him move up and down the sheet.
Yeah, it's fun from a spectator's point of view, but probably not so fun for defenders. But so far, no harm done. As now we're going to have a offside and a late shot there, and maybe defending himself with a weak whistle. It was a pretty faint whistle, I'll say, and they do tend to have things pretty loud here at the East Hants Sportsplex, but either way, no harm done, no foul. Usually that creates a little bit of a kerfuffle.
Yeah, Riley plays a hard game, so, you know, he's not dirty like that, so he obviously didn't hear the whistle.
Back to play now as the Penguins will dump it in. Willis takes a hit. Wenzel back to the point for Pound. Pound returns the favor. Cycled down deep. Scullion takes a bump there. As Willis takes him down, chipped off the wall. Out into the neutral zone it goes. Partnered across for Daly. Daly surveys. Fires across ice off the skates of Legier. Now is Verge back the other way with a head of steam. Verge drags, shoots there. That one got past the blocker, but it was a bit wide. Good opportunity there. I didn't realize my old roomie had that quick get up and go there, but learn something new every day, I suppose, as that puck goes up into the bench area. But you can see now where he probably gets a lot of his chances, that quick transition. They turn it over in the neutral zone, and he's off to the races back the other way.
Yeah, his feet were moving there through the neutral zone, and he picked it up with speed and almost got around. He got a good shot away, but just couldn't tuck it in past Gillis.
The veteran goaltender. Fun fact about Brian Gillis, really good guitar player too. So there you go. That's how I first met him, actually. Didn't realize he was an unbelievable athlete until a little bit after. Real good ball player. And pretty well everything that he picks up is good, but that's enough about him. As the puck comes up to the point, McPhee wasn't able to hold it for long. Now is Verge, takes the transition pass at the blue line. He's out-muscled here. As he chips it out into the neutral zone. Rogers had to be careful. McPhee in behind. Armstrong chipped it free. Back the other way. Oxner. There's a hit thrown Legier on Hunter. But Noseworthy back the other way. He'll move it over to the left side for Goodwin just inside the line. Goodwin drags deep. Hunter in with support. Passes out front. Noseworthy couldn't get a stick on it there. Good defensive play from Jack Martin. Now poked out into the neutral zone. Armstrong with it. Legier. He'll wave to the bench. He's going to head for a change here. Hunter turned it over into the feet of Spears, but he picks it up cleanly. Down the right side. Into the corner he goes. Battling with Hickey. Hunter in to help as well. Spears comes away with the puck. Cross ice. Thompson. Speck Meek. Kind of had to slow up there for a sec as the puck goes back the other way. Allaby in over the line, just towards the goal. Gillis stops it on the glove. Fired it up ice. He was looking for Schufelt heading the other way, but it hit Goodwin in the rib cage. Now as the centering pass was intercepted by Thompson. Allaby still in there on the forecheck. Good job by Evan McLennan to hold back. Now as Penguins are going to go back the other way here. 2-on-2 forming. 2-on-3, now a 3-on-3. Spears lost that puck. Thought about whacking his stick off the wall and realized that those things are $500. As Gillis stops that dump in. Speck Meek flushed out the one side. Cross for Thompson. Over to the left side. Schufelt. And over the blue line. Nice move. Gets under the stick to the backhand shot there. Saved McLeod. and the first real good chance for the Penguins this period. Really not a whole lot of grade A chances for either side, but a little bit more of the play has been down here in the Penguin zone so far.
Yeah, mostly in the neutral zone, but yeah, like you said, a little bit more down in this end of the ice. So good start for Pictou here in the second period.
Yeah, we touch on it often. Every team's going to lose a game 8-2, 8-1. It happens all the time. These Pipers, they're winless, but they're in every game, in my opinion. They play hard right to the very end, but sometimes the cookie crumbles not in your favor as they're going to head back the other way here. A little bit of traffic jam through center as that's going to be ripped in. And on the forecheck was Burrows. Back the other way, Burke. He's got Brandon McKenzie on him. Burke walks in on Jock, cuts into the middle. Good stick there. As now Burrows tried to get around. It was poked back inside the zone. Schufelt to the trailer late. Noseworthy coming in. Shot there. Blocker save McLeod. Point blank chance. Turned aside once again. Daly left side. Into the corner. Now the Pipers will get it. Noseworthy on the forecheck. He'll force things as that puck goes bouncing down the ice. Icing waved off right away. Gillis out to play it. One touch back the other way. Stick lift. Noseworthy got around the first forechecker. Burke. The old lumberjack hack there. McCumber through the middle. A diving chance from McKenzie. Just too far out of his reach now as Noseworthy works it back for Daly. Daly cross ice for Ryder. Real good job to pick that up. Matt Ryder down the left side. Looking for his first. In around the goal for Marr at the side. He'll work it behind. Works in. Up top for Rogers. Rogers with some space. Slap shot. Save made McLeod. And sometimes positioning Logan and a good goaltender. You could tell he didn't see that puck. He gave the where is it look. All of a sudden it hit him in the pillows and he smothered it up. But just a nice shot there from Rogers to get it through.
Yeah, he's a big kid. He takes up a lot of the net. And a good job by the D-man to get it through Rogers to find the lane. But McLeod taking up as much as net as he can. Good goalies are always in good positions, so it's hard to beat them.
Yeah, the speed of the game these days, you know, positioning you probably rely on pretty heavily. Not that you wouldn't back in the day, but in my era, the goalies flopped around. I think of names like Dominic Hasek, stuff like that. But it's been pretty good so far here, McLeod. A little bit easier of a start for him than the last game as he got thrusted into action there earlier. Thrusted out of action.
Yeah, it was a tough start for him. Uncharacteristic of him, too. But everyone has those games, and it's how you bounce back.
Yeah, I have one of those games pretty well every Sunday night. No big deal. Rogers, though, real simple defenseman. We touched on him getting that shot through Yarmouth Mariners. He was a pain to play against, let me tell you. And a real good fella off the ice, too. Off the face-off there, as we talked about that earlier in the first period. Spears had a bouncing puck roll off his stick. Now, front there, a one-timer. Wenzel off the glass and behind the net now as it's going to go back the other way. Fudge picks up the outlet pass. He's got McGean with him. Fudge works in, hits the brakes, looks for the trailer, fires it towards the front of the goal. And it gets deflected into the corner now. Scullion, he dodges a hit. Puck in behind the corner now. Rogers, he's being harassed there from Fudge, but he'll break away down the right side off a set of skates on the pass attempt. It's McLeod out to play. A little puck-playing goaltender as well, showing off that skill set.
Yeah, both tendies showing it off here in this period.
I mean, at this age, no excuse not to be able to get out there and stop a dump in. I can do it. Over to the far side now. McGean walks in all alone. Cut to the middle. Rogers got in his way, and now they're going to get reacquainted in front. And they're still tangled up here. Rogers a tough customer as well. Not sure about McGean, but the old sword fight going on down here. So they're going to send them both here, and I think taking McGean off for the Penguins here is a good thing for them. So offsetting minors here. Referee had seen enough. I wish I could remember the official's name. I've seen him a lot in my career. So quick note about the Pipers. Backup goaltender Brent Walters today. Spencer Scott, a late scratch. So Rogers and McGean sharing information down there in the bench. A little jawing going on. Usually takes a little bit for them to settle down.
Exchanging insurance information.
Yep, 50-50 collision in the parking lot. So it looks like it's going to be 5-on-5 here. McPhee, Verge, and Legier. The old trick when you're mad at the officials. You leave the door open, make them come do it. I'd be lying if I said I haven't done that a few times. So we'll back to gameplay here. Schufelt to Speck Meek over his stick, and it's going to go into the corner. McPhee on the forecheck. Speck Meek in behind his own goal, fakes the pass. Nice patience And now he'll move it to Schufelt. Schufelt bouncing puck through the middle of the ice. Burke gets himself back on side. Good read there from Thompson. And now the Penguins are going to strike here in transition. Left side, Spears backhanded in front of the net. Now it's loose in the high slot, and Verd's going to go back the other way. He's going to be in a foot race here with Will Thompson, who comes away with that puck. Left side, Burke takes a bump there from Jacques as Legier blew a tire just below us. Now Jacques going to pick it up and head back the other way. Legier is going to have to stop, Verge stay on side. Jacques try to move. Legier backhanded. Stick came up and hit Burke into the mouth, and you could hear it right up the stick. And that's my biggest fear on Sunday nights, is that right there. Looks like he's going to be okay, though, however, checking the chicklets.
Yeah, and it was on a follow-through trying to get a backhand shot away. It just rode up the stick, so I don't think it would have been a penalty. I don't think in this league that a follow-through is a penalty, but hey, I don't know the exact rules.
So now that shot from a bad angle, Gillis thought he had it, and it squeaks through.
That's the Pipers' third lead of the game.
Third lead of the game is right, and looks like it's going to be Evan McLennan who's going to get his first of the season as well. So a couple firsts here, McLennan, Allaby, and McPhee all getting on the board here, and it's 3-2 for the Pipers.
Another homeborn, I think, Pictou County guy. I know he played in Pictou for the Junior A team. I got called up. He was on the team then. So another local guy staying at home, playing here at senior.
And he'll have a little extra pep in his step now, I think, as you can see there. First guy on the forecheck. A goal will do that to you. Outlet pass, Ryder for Marr. Marr into the middle for Scullion. Scullion, nice move, works through traffic. Had it poked off his stick, though. Marr. Oh, front. Ryder shot there, fanned on a glorious chance for his first. As he'll continue in on the forecheck, though. Now he's going to head to the front of the net, pick up his twig, hoping for a pass. As that one's going to bounce down the ice. Icing waved off. So it hit his stick along the way. Gillis out to play it. Off the glass, hits Pound in the chest, but he's going to come away with possession. Back the other way, just dodged a hit. Now is Ryder through the middle with support. He'll pick it up and over the line, drags, shoots there, tried to go on the blocker side, and that one just missed. Marr couldn't hold it in, but Daly will. Into the middle of the ice, Scullion, spin around, nice little feed to Marr, just ahead of him. Martin runs through Marr. Marr ends up with the puck, just shovels it towards the front of the goal, and now McDonald and Scullion. They're going to get into it in front of the net here as the penalties expire. Rogers and McGean won't say a word to each other heading across the ice. We'll see if any of that flair continues on through this game now as Scullion and McDonald. I do believe that is McDonald. It is, yes.
Yeah.
Also sharing information. Just wondering how your Saturday's going. The face-off to the left side of McLeod here. 3-2 lead for the Pipers on the goal from McLennan just moments ago. And like you said, Logan, their third lead of the game, so got to be pretty happy with their effort so far here in this one. Spears in on the forecheck. Centers it out front. Schufelt with some time. Shot there. Blocker save. McLeod. Looks like he saw it at the last second. Makes a save now. Schufelt again tried to go down south. It's McCumber now. Was in behind, but Schufelt finds a loose puck. Out front for Spears through the legs. Couldn't get it to go. It was pretty well his only play in front. He was so tight on the crease. Now as Burke works around.
Yeah, it kind of handcuffed him in front.
Yeah, that would I would have tripped myself trying to pull that move off, but he was got about 75% through that move. It looked like it would have been a beauty, but play continues here, and it will stay inside the Piper zone for the moment. Through the middle, Schufelt holds it in. Burke back to Schufelt. Couldn't pull the trigger. Still loose, though, backhand chance there from Speck Meek creeping in. That one goes wide. Thompson, he runs in to his man. That puck will get in deep. He'll continue on, pokes it free, and behind for Spears. Right out front for Burke. Shot there, they score. Taylor Burke ties it again, his 13th goal of the season, and he's got 2 on the game, and just real good puck pursuit there from the Penguins, not giving up on those loose pucks, winning those races, and all of a sudden they got the defense all confused, and Burke was all alone in front.
Yeah, and a good look out front, and the defenseman Thompson jumping in there, acting like a fourth forward, and what an advantage that is for them to have almost a fourth forward out there in Thompson.
Yeah, one of the top D in the league, if not the. Just a real smart play, though. Once he got through that first defender, he looked up and saw nobody between him and the puck, so good second effort is what created that play. So we'll see who gets the assists. Hunter off to the races, pokes it free. Hooked up, no call. Rebound was there for Noseworthy, and he couldn't get there. So Thompson will get an assist. That'll be his 16th of the season. And Regan Spears will pick up his second apple of the game, number 14 for him. So the usual suspects here for the Penguins getting it done, as looks like a missed call here is just going to head to center ice.
Yeah, goaltender was out to play it, and the linesman blew the whistle just a little bit early. It's all good, happens.
Yeah, it happens to me quite a bit when I was reffing, actually.
Well, it's tough to judge sometimes. They kind of creep out, and then they stop, and then they decide to go. So that one maybe just caught him a little off guard.
No big deal. You don't get to drop the puck at center ice too much if you're a liney, so always cool moment as Fudge takes a big hit there from Armstrong. And the puck's going to exit the zone. Now is Hunter. Going to move it up for Goodwin, who enters the blue line down the right side. Hits the brakes, looking for Noseworthy. The trailer gets to him. Shot there. He scores. The nose train strikes, and he gives the Penguins the lead. And that will be his 9th goal of the season and point number 20 here for the veteran forward, Tyler Noseworthy. And just like that, the Penguins get their first lead.
Great patience on the entry by Goodwin, yeah. Great patience there. He stopped up, and another time finding the trailer like they did on one of their goals there earlier in the game, and a bench minor just got assessed to, I believe, East Hants maybe, or Pictou, I don't know, one of the two.
Looks like Pictou here, but you're right about the zone entry, Logan. It's very simple. It's one of the very first things they teach you when you get into that age group of zone entry, structure getting in, F1, F2, all that jazz, but perfectly done. Fake that you're going to go wide, hit the brakes, hit the trailer, and all of a sudden the defense are way too low in the zone, and it opens up that space. So real good play there and good fundamental hockey. So it looks like it is going to be a bench minor, and McCumber will serve here. So Penn Hill's power play, number 2 here for the Penguins. So it gets set up here. Thompson gets around Legier. Drops it back for Schufelt. He's going to hit the afterburners here, and he's going to create some space now. He walks in, slows up. Penguins looking to get set up here in the power play. Burke up top for Schufelt, nearly out of his reach, but back down to Burke on the right side. Burke for Schufelt, middle of the ice. Down the left side for Thompson. Thompson, cross ice for Burke. Burke winds, fakes the shot. Legier in the lane. Down deep for Noseworthy. He takes on 2 Pipers down there. Mikey Willis staying on him. Noseworthy battles his way through with possession. Now it's cleared around to the far side. Schufelt holds the line. Gonna move it up top for Thompson. Middle of the ice, shot there. Looking for the deflection. They got it, not from who they want it, but it goes wide. Now Willis, that's where his teammates got to let him know he's got time there to switch that to the forehand and send that the length of the ice, but it's held in here by the Penguins. Thompson spins off of Legier. Good second effort there.
Great defensive play there.
Kept the stick on the ice, too. That's a good, clean hockey play right there. Now the Penguins are forced to regroup here. 40 seconds left to go here in the man advantage. Penguins looking to take a 2-goal lead here. Wenzel in over the line, cuts in. Nice step up there from the D. Now a bouncing puck sent down onto Gillis. Gillis out to play it. McLennan on him. Gillis should see him play forward, so no surprise there. He's able to handle the puck in deep. Daly had to reverse it there as McLennan in on the forecheck. 20 seconds left to go now as the Penguins will look to get resituated here. Now is Spears in over the line down the right side into the middle of the ice. Pound in behind the goal. 2-on-1, moves it back up top to the point now for Daly. 5 seconds left to go. Daly, cross ice. Wenzel finds Pound in the middle of the ice. Pound over to left side. One-time chance there, and McLeod, just as the penalty expires, will glove it. And that'll bring us to our High Button Sports TV timeout here. We'll have a look at the matchup and the standings and league leaders, and we'll be back here shortly. All right, we're back after that quick TV timeout. 4-3 lead here for the Penguins. The shot's 32-19, so really putting the biscuits on the basket here, the Penguins here in this period so far, and they've got themselves their first lead because of it. So back to play now. Face off to the right side of McLeod. Back to the point. Pound. Looking for a shot. Towards the goal. That one goes wide all the way around to the far side and out. Daly blew a tire. McGinn on him. Daly able to get there first. Support wasn't able to get it. Fudge went for the hit. Now back the other way is McGinn. Blew a tire, just coming in over the blue line there. So the Penguins are going to head back the other way now. Wenzel through the middle of the ice. He'll move to the left. Opens up. Looks for his options towards the goal. McLeod under the pad. Will hang on. And he'll cover it up here. 7:28.
I'll let you know.
All right, folks, we're back here now. Quick technical difficulty, no big deal, happens in the biz. Still 4-3, haven't missed much. 6:20 left to go as Spears took a stick up near the face. No call, and he's not going to be too happy about that. Down the right side is Verge. Verge walks in, shot there, he scores. Brandon Verge. 13th goal of the season, and he goes bar diesel there. And all of a sudden, we're back to square one once again here.
That was a snipe and a good little play there in the neutral zone to chip it past the defenseman. Verge with that speed, breaking in over the line on a quick break and an absolute snipe.
Yep, that former South Shore Mustang there, Brandon Verge. I actually grew up playing against him my entire life. Also a pain to play against, but I'm sure he could attest to that one as well. But yeah, right there you see a little glimpse as to why he's leading his team in scoring. But like you said, Logan, that play forms in the neutral zone, and that's where that goal comes from. So 4-4 hockey game here, folks. If you had planned on heading out early, I would advise against it. So we're in for quite the finish here now as the Penguins collect in the neutral zone.
Yeah, we've been kind of blessed. We've kind of seen a little bit of everything: some goal scoring, a fight, a little bit of physicality, a little bit of everything here this evening.
Yeah, just a beautiful game of hockey. Now is McGinn back the other way, 3-on-2. Centered in behind, backdoor shot, they score!
What a feed and what a finish.
Ryan McDonald gets his first goal of the season as well. And now the Pipers with their fourth lead of the game, and it's 5-4. Just like that, this game is once again turned on its head. But like you said, what a feed there. Noseworthy was the forward back. He stayed in the middle of the ice, and F3 actually shot in behind instead of coming up high and was left all alone in behind.
Different looks, right? You're not expecting a guy to jump in there with speed like that, and a great touch on the puck there by McGinn. And we highlighted him earlier in the game, played in the OHL and the OJHL, but also played for the University of Guelph in the East Coast League. So good resume behind that man there, and you can see a little bit of talent there on display.
So once again, the Penguins looking for the tying goal here. Speck Meek through the middle. Spears poked that free was Scullion just inside the zone. He's got Jacques on him. Scullion poked it free. Wenzel moved it up. Thompson centering pass. Scullion shot there, save made McLeod, and he'll corral the rebound as Thompson comes swooping in late.
Solid job there by McLeod to not let the rebound slide too far away from him. There was guys there, but once again, McLeod being a little bit of a factor here.
Well, you got to think, if you're the Pipers right now, playing in front of a good goaltender, now this could be said for both things, but you're getting the saves from the goaltender you should. It's a little bit of confidence boost for you, knowing that if you do take your risk offensively, you have a good chance of him bailing you out back there. So once again, finds him, and he will cover it up here. So the Pipers will have another defensive zone face-off here with 4:49 left in the second period.
See if the Penguins got something here off the draw to try to tie this one up.
Well, it'll be a little tougher if they don't win the draw, which they don't, as the Pipers now will loft that one through the neutral zone. That one's going to get down the ice for icing. just at the last second there. You can see Spec Meek, his mindset was the same as mine. I'm thinking, okay, 2 blue jerseys, a 50-50 puck race. What's going to happen here? But nothing comes of it. A couple gentlemanly players, and we're going to go back down to the Piper's end. But hey, with a 5-4 lead, the last thing you're trying to do there is take a dumb penalty.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, obviously you got to race for a puck, but, you know, at the end of the day, you don't want to go down the man, like you said.
No, and a shot here off the face-off as Schufeld rings that one off the iron. Another face-off play.
Another quick hitter off the draw, another opportunity.
It's tough to defend that, right? Because the forward's at the top of the circle, and you're not allowed to go on that side as the face-off, so you have to wait your turn basically till the puck drops so you can get anywhere near. As that puck lofted up. Allaby finds it, turned it over to Thompson. Thompson stick handling his way through some traffic. He'll slow it down and bring it back to Spec Meek. Cross ice for Thompson. Too far for him to reach. Back for Spec Meek. Looking for the right play now. A good feed cross ice for Burke as he'll enter the zone down the right side. Burke inside out, excuse me. Spears, he'll finish his check down there as he and Allaby get tangled up. Now it's going to be chipped inside the zone there from Brendan Duff. Gillis out to play it. McLennan almost took a stick in the chops. Now Spec Meek up the left side for Spears. Spears down the ice, and he takes a stick up again. And down to the ice he goes. Arms stay down. Schufeld shot there, blocked it away from McLeod. Spears looking for the loose puck. Works it back up top. Daly, shot. That was blocked. Held in at the line, though. Spin around, dump in from Pound as he and McGean get tangled up. Schufeld in the corner, shakes off Willis. Nice move, works in behind the goal for some protection. Hits the brakes, wraparound chance. Fed it out front there for Spears. Kicked aside by McLeod once again. Fudge chipped it through the middle. Pound, last man back for the Penguins. He turns, fires it. Daly with some time, but Penguins caught on the offside as Spears was late getting to the bench. So the whistle goes. We'll have a face-off here in the neutral zone. 2:59 left to go as Pound and McGean sharing some pleasantries here. And in a tighter game, you're seeing a little more nasty stuff here and a little more intensity, obviously. I feel like that goes without saying, but it's been a real good game here so far on a Saturday night, Logan.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, it's kind of had a little bit of everything, right? So, yeah, good game. Definitely a lot closer than last week for sure. And, yeah, good matchup here on a Saturday night in East Hants.
So Jacques, a little chip pass the other way. Legier tries to return the favor. There's Jacques double team, but both Penguins take the worst of that one as well as Legier got caught in the crosshairs there, and Jacques had a one-time chance. Now it was a loft pass back the other way, knocked down. Played on the high stick. Otherwise, the Pipers had a 4-on-1 as the two wingers for the Penguins were out in the neutral zone, but no harm done this time as the faceoff will come back down inside the Penguin zone here, or outside the Penguin zone, rather.
So to add on to Jacques, good skating ability. He's solid on his feet. He's also got a good hand-eye coordination, a good set of mitts. So pretty complete player back there for the Pipers.
Maher gets the bank pass. He'll let that roll through McLeod. He's going to hang on, and he'll cover it up. So you're starting to see the wingers trying to drag the weak side D out of the zone here by stretching a little bit. Now I know East Hants, a lot of their offense starts at the blue line in the offensive zone. They're real good at moving the puck up top, holding the line, and creating the space down in front of the net. So,
and I've noticed the D-men are activating a little bit more here for the Penguins right now, and if they got to be careful too not to go down by 2 because one bounce over that stick, it's a 2-on-1 back for the Pipers. So, got to be smart on your pinches here if you're the Penguins.
Rogers steps up into the play, knocks his man off the puck. Down low, Verge tries to center, runs into Rogers. McPhee back for Verge, turned and fired. Blocked before it could get to the net. Verge, reverse hit on Rogers. McPhee battling down there. And a big hit thrown from Verge and behind. Spin around shot there off the side of the goal. And now a huge hit from Noseworthy as the aggressiveness starting to fill up here. And Noseworthy is going to get grabbed by Allaby here, and he's just going to pretend he didn't see him. Now, I know Noseworthy looks like a skill guy, but he's not afraid to shed him. I've had to wrestle him a few times back in the day, and a little bit tougher than me, but he's going to want to stay in this game here. He just loves scoring. So
yeah, he is a big kid, or a big boy. I shouldn't call him a kid. He's older than me, but a big guy. You know, I should be saying kid, but used to doing some minor hockey, but a big guy. So he'd be a tough customer, I'd say, too.
Yeah, he plays the game hard every single time, and he's purebred hockey, I'll tell you that much.
Yep.
The puck is down here. Spears, beautiful pass far side for Wenzel. Wenzel, back door looking for Scullion as he took a hit to make a play. Scullion back up top. Thompson, shot there. McLeod the save. The rebound and a collision there in the offensive zone. They wanted a penalty called. It's the man still down on the ice in Wenzel. And it wasn't an intentional collision. They both just got kind of caught in the crosshairs there. Neither one of them paying attention. And Wenzel's going to go right down the tunnel here. And I really hope that wasn't a collapse. Trainer.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to catch his air. I think we got the wind knocked out of him, maybe a stick in the stomach. So, yeah, I think it just knocked the wind out of him a little bit. So I think he's okay, but I think, yeah, just when you saw him fall down there, I think it was just him trying to catch his breath back.
Yeah, I mean, both you and I have been on the wrong side of those ones. Sometimes just the most kind of almost looks meaningless like it happened, but it knocks the wind out of you, and they usually hurt the most when you're not ready for it. So regardless of that, we'll keep an eye out for Wenzel and hope that he returns back to the game. But for now, Pipers have possession. Spin around chance. Another rebound loose there, and now the net's going to come off as Pipers were crashing hard, and the faceoff's going to come outside here as the blue jersey knocked it off the pegs. So a minute 12 left to go here. So the shots are 37-23. But paying no attention to that as the score is 5-4 for the Pipers here. So McLeod, 33 saves so far on the game, and Gillis at the other end, 18, I do believe. Cross ice pass off the stick there of Duff, who'll dump it in. Gillis out to play it. Reversed it on the far side. McLennan, a goal in this game already, his first of the season. Reverses it back the other way. So we're into the final minute of play here. Brought to you by Elmsdale Lumber Company. So Jacques going to have to wait for his man to get back on side. He does. Takes a hit from Burke. Fires it in on goal. Thompson initiates contact. Turnaround shot. Schufelt tried to whack that out of the zone. Held in. Bouncing puck. Thompson, real good patience there. No panic in his game. Up the far side now for Schufelt. 34 seconds left to go. He's got Spears at the back post. Shot there. Blocker save. McLeod. Spears back to the point. Speck Meek will open it up and fire it across for Thompson. Thompson towards the goal. Deflected. Save made by McLeod. Burke. Near impossible to knock off his feet. Goes back to Speck Meek. Fakes a shot. Over to Thompson. Good press here from the Pipers up at the point. Speck Meek into the middle. Schufelt had his shot blocked. Now Burke moved it back for Thompson. Got to hurry. 7 seconds. Tipped in front. McLeod can't see anything. Spears 6'4" in front of the net. As Speck Meek finishes his check late in the period here. And that will do it for 40 minutes. The Pipers are going to take a 5-4 lead into the intermission here. Shots on goal after 40 minutes, 39-23 in favor of the East Hants Senior Penguins here. But as mentioned, a 5-4 lead for the Pipers. We'll head to the intermission. In about 15 minutes, we'll be back with the final 20 minutes potentially, so don't go anywheres. All right, everybody, welcome back inside Keith Miller Arena here at the East Hants Sportsplex. Third and potential final period just about underway as the final Pipers make their way onto the surface. Nets are on, goaltenders are in the crease. It's a 5-4 hockey game here for the Pipers, and we are underway here for the third period. So looks like Wenzel is back out on the bench, Logan, so maybe you were correct for once in your assumption. That shot from Burke off a stick and up into the netting, but good to see him back nonetheless, all joking aside.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think he just maybe got the wind knocked out of him, said, hey, just about a minute left. I'll go take a breather in the room before.
Yeah, no need to be a hero at that point of the game for sure, especially after a long shift. You know you're not probably going to get back out for the rest of the period, so get yourself all rested up, and he's back out here, so we'll see if he's able to continue on. Spears, nice little toe drag inside the line. Got pushed off the puck, though. Thompson, just an animal with those feet there. Kept the puck in as they whacked away. Schufelt shot there, McLeod to save. And he'll cover up once again. So shot number 40 for number 1 down there for the Pipers. And doing a hell of a job down there in the crease so far as his team holds a 5-4 lead so far, but they've tied it all 4 times so far. The Penguins got to be feeling good about their chances here, but want to move relatively quick here, a little more urgency probably. Held in at the line, Thompson, good read, walks down the right side, shot there off the bar. And that was seconds after we spoke about it from being a tie game, but McLeod's good old buddy, the C-bar there, bails him out, and, maybe you could argue that that's all he gave him was the crossbar.
Yeah, it was a tough angled shot, right? He was kind of down low, a little bit in tight, and he tried to go short side up past the glove and directly off the bar and up into the mesh. Another offensive zone draw here for him.
Okay, you'll take that. Won't register as a shot on goal, however, which is the weirdest rule in hockey in my opinion, but we won't go there just yet. Noseworthy, good positioning as the F3 as he slotted in behind and was able to hold the zone. Down low for Hunter. Try to move it back for Noseworthy. It was a rolling puck. So to no avail. That was Alibi back the other way. I don't think Daly thought he was going to do that. Has a little shot on net. Now it's back the other way. 3-on-1 forming here. And that just not happening. I think Noseworthy agrees there. But Penguins on the offside. They had a 3-on-1 back the other way. And that's just a tough break there. But hey, chances are starting to come here, and you just got to continue on.
Yeah, that was really tight going across the line. Tough call for the official to make, but yeah, good call.
Daly dumped it in, hit their player instead of us for once here, which is nice. Down the right side, Goodwin. He's got Hunter with them. Good defensive play there. His Alibi down to the stomach. And that one a little bit too high from Daly there. That'll go up through the uprights, and it'll be another face-off, but it's going to come outside.
Extra point's good.
Extra point is good. The Dolphins could have used a couple extra points this year, but we're not going to go there.
The face-off's going to stay inside, dudes. The new rule just happened I think, last year, the year before, where I think it, we'll see, but in minor hockey, it always stays in. But I don't know about this.
Yeah, it's just from where the shot is taken. That's the rule now. But
yeah, if it's out, doesn't matter who. If it's in the offensive zone for whatever team, it still stays in, which is a new rule, I think, last year or the year before.
Linesman Connor McKay, he knew the deal with confidence. Scullion off the face-off. I've first couple years reffing were with him there, so he's a local guy as well. But he looked pretty confident there in that discussion. So face-off stays inside. He didn't see anybody complain too much from either side. Now is Penguins maintain possession here. Pound does just that with the puck down low. Spears comes up top. Cross for Daly. Daly, slap shot there. McLeod made the save. Rebound still loose. Wenzel took a twig up to the dome, but I don't even know if he noticed as he continues on now. Spears down low on the cycle. Runs into Alibi. Scullion quickly back up top to Daly. Daly trying to find a lane. Gets it to the side. Rebound shot. They score off the end wall. Spears, his old buddy, scored a few off the end wall there. And that's going to be Spears' 4th goal of the season and his 5th point. And when you know it, Logan, we're right back to square one once again here.
Yeah, this is our 5th. Well, obviously, besides the start, our 5th tied hockey game of of the evening, and we've had, I think this one's going to go right down to the last few seconds here due to a little barn burner in East Hants.
And nothing better. Listen, when you come as a fan, even as a commentator, it's a little bit easier to get into the games that are 5-5, 4-4 right down the stretch here. So we're in for a nice little treat here on a Saturday night, and I can't think of a much better way to spend a Saturday night, Logan.
Oh, no, me neither.
In the rink. Spears down the right side, looking for the go-ahead goal there as shoe felt to the back post. Rogers able to get it towards the goal. Now in behind is McLennan. What a fancy move there from Armstrong. I don't know if you noticed it from the naked eye at home, but flipped his stick the opposite way as if to use it as a hook, and it worked out great there. Now as he'll get a pass, shot there, and McLeod. And once again in good position, Logan, and he'll make the save and hang on as they get the official goal call here. It's Riley Spears from so Pound will get the assist. I missed the first assist there, but so Daly and Pound. Two D-men getting a couple apples there, so just a shot on net. Didn't make its way, hit the boards, and Spears gets himself a nice bounce. Look at the ups there on Armstrong. That would have been 6 feet over my head. Down low for Spears. Works up top, cross for Armstrong. Banks one off the wall, and why wouldn't you? Side of the goal, they whack away at it, and they score. Says the official, very anticlimactic, but goes end wall. Once again a factor as it just took a weird hop, landed at the side of the goal. McLeod looks to be a little shaken up here. He's laboring down there in the crease.
Yeah, he got jammed out a little bit there, so hopefully he's okay, but he got jammed out pretty hard there, and that'll be the second lead for the Penguins, though. That goal's going to count.
Looks like Burke led the flyby, and if that is the case, and he does get credit, he'll get his 15th goal of the season. And he'll also get himself the hat trick. Not the way you draw it up in your head for the old hat trick, but they all count, so 6-5 now.
Hey, they don't ask how, they just ask how many, right?
That's it. So McLeod's going to stay in the crease. Hickey across for Jacques. It's the number one pairing here for the Pipers. Now Jacques makes his way down the right side, cuts back into the middle towards the goal. Gillis finds it, and will cover it up. And they'll have a face-off down in the Penguin zone here. So 44-25 the shots now in favor of the hometown team.
That's almost a full game's worth of shots.
No, it actually
is. It is a full
Yep.
game's worth of shots. So, and we're still got 16 minutes left to play.
Yeah, it's a few. Won't try and do the math here on live on the air, but definitely a few. 44 shots is nothing to scuff at there as Hunter was able to get that puck, go to the zone. Now he'll find Speck Meek. So it was Burke. Good dump in there from Hickey. That'll allow his team to get in on the forecheck there. And if you're a youngster watching and you want to look at a good dump in to allow your team to get in on the forecheck, that was it right there as the Pipers get a chance off it, but it's deflected up and out of play, so another stoppage here.
And not the person you want to turn the puck over to either. They're sneaking in on the attack was Ted McGean, who, as we mentioned a few times, one of their highly talented newcomers here for Pictou.
New-ish.
Yeah, new-ish. He's got a few
games under him at least here. He's second on the team in points, so he's making an impact pretty well right away here as the Pipers will dump it back in. Thompson, the lone man back here. He'll set up in behind the net for a little protection. He'll allow his team to get into position, and now they'll start the breakout. Noseworthy will fly the zone. Hunter will loop back in between. Thompson didn't like what he saw, so he'll force everyone back. Now Hunter's going to go in behind the net here and pick it up here in full speed. Noseworthy had enough, went to the bench. Into the middle of the ice there. Poked free towards goal. Thompson. Calmly and surely will carry it up the ice. Marr drags the foot. Great job to stay on side. Thompson, cut back move. Didn't have a trailer, so he dumps it in deep. Goodwin. Oh, front for Marr. Puck's there for Ryder. Shot there, and little frustration there looking for his first, but it's a game of milliseconds really at that point, and maybe just a second too long there on the release, but real good look there coming in late from the bench.
Yeah, he's had a couple good looks here tonight. I like the way he's played. He plays a hard game, and he's played hard on the forecheck too, so he's definitely well-deserving of one.
Yeah, Ryder came in from the beer league ranks for the last few years where he absolutely dominated, might I add, but we touched on him a couple games ago, and you kind of just got to give respect to the guys that come from basically anywheres at this age and haven't played for a few years competitively, I guess you could say, to show up here and give it all on their every night. Now, he doesn't get into the lineup every time with East Hants being so deep, but that dumping just hit Mara in the face. Looks like he's going to be okay, though, if I know anything about him. But, yeah, good to see him in the lineup and getting some chances here is our point here. We got a little long-winded, but that's what we do. So up the right side for Mar. McDonald, their old teammate, up the right side. McPhee battling over there with Pound, and that's going to get down inside the zone. Willis will head for it. Ryder on the forecheck disrupted things long enough as the Pipers had to switch side. Up the right side, McPhee brought it back in. Good heads up by Marr. Now for Scullion, in behind the D, all alone. Shot there, and a save made from McLeod, point blank. No bigger than that one right there, Logan, with a 1-goal lead. 5 minutes into this third period. Scullion no slouch with the stick, but a good save made there from McLeod to keep this a 1-goal game.
Yeah, absolutely. Keeping his team in it like he has all game. His team's also had a couple leads here, but each time East Hants has responded, and now they have responded and got their second lead of the game.
The face-off, won by the Pipers. Jacques spins off of Scullion. Oh, front, Spears. Turn, farther towards the goal. Scullion will find the loose puck on the bounce. Into the high slot. Spears, it'll find Armstrong. Bounces over his stick. Back down deep on the cycle. Jacques knocked it down for a moment. Wenzel got it to Scullion. Scullion works it behind the goal. Comes around outside. Rogers on the backhand. Fires it down deep. Hits his own teammate Scullion, who will release into the middle of the ice. Cycled down low from Wenzel. Spears. 3 big bodies here on this line for the Penguins. Holding the zone. Over to Scullion. Cycles it down for Spears. Good positioning there from Hickey. Got on the defensive side of the puck and just eliminated his man from it. But it comes back out front. Scullion with a point-blank chance. Kicked aside McLeod. Rebound tipped in front. Another save McLeod. And now we're going to have a penalty here. And I think it's going to go to the Pipers. So it looks like another Penn Hills power play. For the Penguins, it's going to be number 96, Keegan McCumber. I didn't see what the call was. So the Penn Hills power play, third of the game, and a good chance here for the Penguins to gain a 2-goal lead here. So they work it around up top. So it was a charging call. Power play underway. Noseworthy and Burke exchange. Up top for Thompson. Over to Schufelt on the left side. Schufelt back for Thompson. Switch with Burke, and a good stick there from Martin will poke that off the stick of Thompson. Science doing its thing there. As Thompson loops in his own zone. Fakes the pass up the right side. He'll carry. He's got Schufelt coming in behind, and he'll drop. Pipers wanted a dive there on Thompson. So he's slowly to get back up, and he's going to go to the bench. Schufelt eats it long enough to get their 5th player back now is Burke. Down low for Spears. Bounced off his stick. In behind the goal now. Good forecheck there as Spears' second effort stops the Pipers from clearing the zone. Spears faked the shot. Moved it over to the right side for Schufelt. Schufelt will switch with Pound. Just missed the pass there. Halfway through the penalty now. Burke, right side. Back up for Pound. Noseworthy broke his stick in front on a slash. Not happy with the official. He'll keep his position in front though. Burke. Shot coming. Burke there in this drive with Noseworthy in front still. I'd be sending an invoice to the official there for that one. I'm sure he's got a few extra sticks locked up from all the teams, but a good save for McLeod through traffic there as we only 38 seconds left here on the Penn Hills power play. The faceoff's going to remain inside the Piper zone. Good puck movement here, Logan. But once again, just kind of moving around the perimeter, so a good box here from the Pipers.
I got to try to get something to the inside here if you're the Penguins. Just under 40 seconds remaining on the Penn Hills power play, and maybe another offensive zone draw here play. Try to strike and get ahead by 2.
Face off won by nobody, really. Pushed to the side, but the Penguins were able to get possession. Wenzel, go to the corner. Played last year for the Amherst Ducks. Scullion back up top. Daly, a shot there. McLeod, not sure how he saw it, but he does and makes a save. As Daly holds the line. Spears has to hurry. Down low for Scullion. He's got Wenzel at the back post. Scullion. Diving play there from Jacques. Took away the time and space. You could see Scullion's brain going, oh, what do I do now? But he was able to hold the line. Down low. Cross ice pass. Pound. Opportunity in front. Tipped. Rebound still there in front. Wenzel finds a penalty. Expires. It's McCumber back out. 5-on-5 here. Wenzel around the far side. Cycles it down low. Scullion, front tip play in front, and Spears got a stick on it, but not enough wood to find the back of the net. Their best chance coming at the end of the power play there, Logan, but good puck movement. But another good kill there from the Pipers.
Yeah, no, and you said good puck movement. It was around the outside. They got a couple chances cross seam there near the end of the power play, spreading the box out and stuff like that. But, yeah, great job keeping possession of the puck and keeping pretty much in the offensive zone the entire time.
Yeah, other than the early clear, looks like Thompson's going to be okay. We kind of figured as he moves it over to the left side for his partner, Speck Meek, towards a goal, deflected. Off the glass, Wenzel finds a loose puck. Cycles it once again. Spears, front. Speck Meek walks in, leans into one off the inside of the post, and I can confirm here that one didn't go in. We had a great look at it from this vantage point. Now is Thompson towards the front of the goal. McDonald dangerously turned it over. Wenzel backdoor to the Scullion, into the backhand. He's hauled down. And McDonald, who had the turnover, had a little bit of a desperation play there, and he's going to haul down Scullion. Not a terrible penalty to make.
Yeah, your team's killed off two so far. So, taking a grade A opportunity away, and sometimes you got to take the penalty, and bite the bullet.
So another Penn Hills power play here, the fourth of the game. 10:47 left to go here in the third period, and wouldn't the Penguins like a goal here to extend this thing to 2? But the way the Pipers are playing here tonight, no lead is safe, it doesn't seem, in this game. So the power play underway now. Good, clean win here from the Penguins. Back up top. Thompson to the right side for Burke. Down low for Spears. Spears tried to go back door to Schufelt. Puck off a stick and all the way down the ice. Looks like Noseworthy's got some new lumber. Cross ice pass all the way up for Burke. Spears will enter as well. Burke will carry down deep. In behind the goal. Forcing the Pipers to defend here. That'll create the space up top. Good high IQ play there. Schufelt back for Thompson. Thompson across for Burke. Burke on the seam. Trying to knock it down with Schufelt. Allaby couldn't get enough wood on it to get it out of the zone, but now they will get the clear there as McLennan got that one the length of the ice. Martin ran into Gillis there. Every now and then when you get caught out of your tank, though, you're going to get clipped. So no call there. Gillis maybe trying to sell it a little bit. Can't blame him. Wenzel in over the line. Good head of steam. Carries it in deep. Tried to stop up. Ran into 2 blue jerseys. Now in behind. You got to be careful as McGean. Gillis will assess the situation. He decides he's going to come out. McGean, nice guy. Didn't touch him. Burke back to collect now. He'll wait for Daly to get moving on the left side. Moves it to him. Daly and over the line. Jacques finds the loose puck on a good pinch there and sends that the length of the ice. Gillis around the far side. Riley Spears now with some space. Angle was well done there by the Pipers forward, but just a little bit late getting to his position. Down low, one touch. Wenzel fired across ice. Daly back up top. Pound. Over to Wenzel on the left side as he works around towards the blue line. Pound, shot there. He just tried to whistle that one towards the goal. 15 seconds left to go. Spears down low. Spears back up top. The old Spears connection. There's 7 seconds left now. And McDonald back to his feet, ready to return as he looks on here at the final seconds. Pound, chips it, takes a hack, and over the line. Drops it there for Wenzel. Penalty expires. 5-on-5. Daly, a shot that was blocked. As Allaby now looking for his options, and that's going to be sent the length of the ice. But the Pipers are going to win the race here. Verge looked unsure on what he wanted to do, but it was McDonald out of the box, helping his team out. Get rid of that icing now as a pass out front. Spears picks it up now. He'll walk over the red line, fires it in deep. McLeod bouncing puck. Scullion nearly got tripped up as he works behind the goal. Hits Hunter, the trailer, who leans into one from the bench as he just joined the party. And that'll bring us to our High Button Sports TV timeout. So quick minute break, and we'll be back with the final 8:13 here of the third period. right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back after the quick TV timeout. Quick microphone through the crowd there. And the fans got to announce their favorite player. We got Connor Rogers, Ty Hunter, and Brian Gillis. And I'll tell you who's not going to be a fan of that situation is Noseworthy. That's his second lumber that's snapped. Guy's going to lay off the push-ups maybe for a week. It's a shot from the far side. Goes wide. In behind the goal now. Follow the bouncing puck. McPhee cycles it down deep. In behind the goal now. Poked off the puck. Armstrong trying to feed it up the left side. Centering pass from Verge. As Goodwin trying to find some space. Armstrong joins. He'll walk in. He just walked down the wall, and good job there by Oxner. As he saw his opportunity and pounced. Hunter now out of the corner. Backdoor, a little too much sauce on the pass to there as that one got away from Spears. Rogers activates from the left point. Puck stays in. Spears. Cutback move. Creates some space. Back up top for Rogers. Rogers towards the goal. McLeod the save. And no rebound to speak of. 7:11 left to go here. Shot number 54 for McLeod here and the Pipers as they trail right now 6-5.
Yeah, a couple good chances there. Good forecheck for both teams, really. The Pictou had a couple seconds, I guess you could say, down the forecheck there. Tried to get a cycle going, and then back down the other end. The Penguins got heavy on the forecheck and turned it over and got an offensive zone draw now.
Yeah, the Pipers doing a real good job of taking away the time and space of the Penguins here this evening. But in the last couple minutes now is a rebound out front there, and what a save, McLeod. Down with the paddle, desperation mode. And he's going to keep his team in this for another few minutes here at least. Speck Meek across for Thompson. Shot there, McLeod. Rebounds loose. Burke couldn't find it, looking for 4. Now that one's going to be lofted to the far side. Speck Meek faked the backhand up the wall. McLennan bit. Speck Meek, good edge work there. Nearly got himself into a tough spot, but was able to get out of it. Now is Thompson over the line. Tried to move it across for Burke. He'll end up getting him himself. Now as Burke takes a bump. Down low. Puck comes free. Hickey trying to get it free. Now it's Noseworthy in on the forecheck as he disrupts things. Puck comes back to the point. Schufelt dodges the hit. Now Martin cross ice looking for Duff. Too far for him to reach. And now it's picked up by Thompson. Taken here by Schufelt as he wheels through the neutral zone. Fudge stays on him. Dump in. Down off the glass and into the corner. Noseworthy read it right, but wasn't able to come away with his. It goes up the right side for Jacques. Jacques. Cross ice. And over the line they go. That was McDonald. Try to hit the trailer, but it's Ryder now. So he'll go back the other way here in transition. Ryder. And over the line. Tried to use the defender as a screen. Puck was still loose. Marr in there. Wraparound chance there. Stopped by McLeod. Another chance. Oh, front. Ryder whacking at it. Puck still loose. Another glorious chance for number 90. As now Marr gets tangled up in front. Scullion. Back up top for Daly. Daly walks to the middle. Shot off the shin pads there of McDonald. Fudge couldn't get it out. Ryder tangled up with him. Scullion in to help out. Ryder taken down. Cross for Daly, a shot there. Good second effort. Bouncing puck over the stick of Scullion, but he'll get there first. Cycle down low for Ryder. Whacks it back up top. Turns and fires. Took a big hack there from Allaby as the puck will come outside the zone now. Daly dumps it inside the zone. Now the Pipers can breathe here for a second. Off the wall. Cameraman ducked out of the way there. PTSD already. In behind the goal, Armstrong chips it softly across into a quiet zone for Pound, but it's going to be Scullion who picks it up. He's got Spears with him. He'll gain the red line, and he'll dump it in. And a perfect dump there, Logan, and it's all about getting it into a position where your team can win a foot race, and real good job there. Instead of rimming it around where nobody was, he gave his team a chance to win it. Now they have possession in the zone.
Yeah, and I know as a defenseman, that puck stays along that yellow boards like that. It's tough to pick it up. But when your man's there to it first, oh, that was a little bit, that's going to be a delayed call, yeah.
Yeah. So Wenzel, know him personally, and not really an aggressive bone at all in his body.
Yeah, he just asked if he was good.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. That was the first thing he worried about. He didn't yell at the ref. He didn't complain. He just wanted to make sure that his counterpart was all right there, and that's a commendable thing. It's easy to get caught up in the game, but he is a very strong guy too, so It's going to go to the CIBC Private Wealth Tom Hunter Group penalty kill here. Their second of the game. The Pipers look to get set up here, and what a chance now to tie things up. Worked around the top was Legier. Back for Hickey. Shot in front. The man was taken down. It's McLennan. Back up to the point. Good job to hold the line. Verge. Poked off the stick by Rogers. Verge. Moved it back up top. Hickey. Nice little move at the blue line. Gets around Hunter. Shot through a crowd there. Was deflected, and that goes wide. Legier cycles it. McLennan. Around to the far side. Now Verge. He'll cycle it back down low for McPhee. McPhee back up for Verge. Into the middle of the ice for Hickey. We'll return it to Verge. Yep. Down the right side. Shot there. That one just missed on the far side. Hickey, Russell play. Able to hold the line. Good stick there from Marr. So he intercepts that and sends that the 200 feet. Now is McLeod out to play it. He'll fire it right up for Nate Legier. Legier leaves it there for Jacques. And watch his feet go now as Jacques up the other way now. Cuts into the middle of the ice. Holds the line. Little dangle heads up there as Spears had him in the tracks. And now Jacques going to be dumped into the net. So the whistle went, but we'll see if anything happens here. Doesn't look like there's going to be anything. The net comes off in the process, but 3:13 left here, but Penguins 54 seconds of penalty kill time ahead of them here before they can start to push back the other way. It's going to be perfectly placed around. That's a quiet zone, as we touched on earlier, Logan. No sense rimming that all the way around unless you know for sure it's going to go 200 feet, because otherwise it just goes down as a giveaway.
Well, yeah. Oh, sorry, yeah. And like you were saying, a quiet zone, especially when you got a D-man that can tie up there. That winger on the short side allows your winger to drop down below, and free clearing attempt. Yep,
release, go find that puck. Give yourself your team the best chance to win a foot race. That's pretty much all it is now. Is Jacques has to hustle here. Nice move, sold it down the wall. He's going to walk in. Nice little move to the forehand and kicked aside by Gillis. Real good look there from Alexis Jacques. Now a bouncing puck. Scullion was off to the races if that one got through, but the Pipers able to hold the zone. Back to the point. It will come out. 5 seconds left to go on the power play. Jacques fired it back, and that will do it for the CIBC Wealth Tom Hunter Group penalty kill. So the Penguins now can focus on shutting it down here and trying to get maybe one for an insurance goal. We'll keep an eye on McLeod.
I like Jacques throwing it back into his own zone, knowing that penalty was expiring. Instead of just dumping it in and trying to create another foot race, keep possession here the last couple minutes down by 1.
Agreed. Now as it goes back the other way, Verge with the outlet pass. Alabi was just about to fire one, and it was whistled down on the offside. Guy on the far side got in just a second early. We'll have a stoppage of play.
Yeah, Nate Legier just couldn't hold up, and you're excited. He's just trying to get to the net and try to jump up in there, and he just couldn't hold himself back onside.
Well, especially too if you're stopped at the blue line waiting to enter. You're trying to get as much jump as you can, especially on some of these smoother skating D-men. So can't blame a fella for trying, but just a little bit ahead of the puck, that's all. So the Pipers will get the puck in deep. McLeod still in the crease.
Got to get possession here to get the goalie out.
Through the middle of the ice now is Burke. 3 goals already in the game. Gets a comparison to Patrice Bergeron quite a bit, as you can obviously see here. And that's quite the nod, actually.
Yeah, one of the best two-way forwards to ever play the game.
Yeah, agreed there. So back up top to the point. Schufelt got a stick on it. Pound will collect. Approaching the final minute of play here. The Penguins will be happy with possession the entire time. Daly ran into a man. Legier through the middle. Verge tried to get a stick on it. Last minute of play here of the third period. Penguins trying to hold on.
Is Gillis going to go for it?
He is going to go for it, but he didn't get enough mustard on it. And he'll look for that chance. He's always paying attention, and look at that. That was Lunar, but it got knocked down by a high stick. Through the middle. Burke looking for 4. Works down the right side. Out front, very unselfish. Comes back to Armstrong. Shot there, and he ringed it off the crossbar. Hey, but guess what? It was about 93 miles an hour, and it's going to have to be a new paint job on the crossbar there. But That's one of those ones you're going to want back probably.
Yeah, and he was trying to get it up and over top of the guys that were trying to get in the way. And, you got to try to put it in a spot, and you're right there. You get excited, and sometimes it happens to the best of us.
They had a good chuckle about it. McLeod laboring over there at the bench. Now he could just be tired, but 30-second timeout here for the Pipers, so we'll step aside here for whatever's left of it, and we'll be back here for the final 30 seconds. All right, welcome back after the timeout. Probably trying to just get a rest here, but quickly, Andrew McLeod, 59 shots so far in the game, approaching 60. Yes, very good math on my behalf, but a hell of an effort so far. And the Pipers have 30 seconds here to get this draw, get north, and tie things up as we are a quarter of a minute now. Scullion is going to pin it up against the wall, trying to eat the clock. Spears in there as well. Piper's got to send everybody right now. Turned it over. Wenzel. Little chip play to himself. Thompson drags, shoots there. McLeod, a good positional save. 10 seconds left to go. 60 shots on the board now. Scullion in the corner, tangled up. And eating the clock beautifully, and that will do it. A 6-5 victory for the East Hants Penguins. They trailed multiple times in the game and found a way to win here, but what an effort from the Pictou County Shoreline Pipers. Gave the Penguins everything they could take here in this one, as Brian Gillis will improve to 10-1. But Andrew McLeod's my first star here.
Absolutely.
Maybe Taylor Burke. They're fighting for it. Hat trick, but a 60-some-odd save performance, 55-some-odd shots actually. So shout out to him. That'll conclude coverage here. Nice guy Nolan McDonald will go over and shake the hand of the ref.
Official himself.
It's a brotherhood. So with that said, everyone that took the time to tune in tonight, we hope you enjoyed the coverage. For myself here and Logan and High Button Sports, we thank you once again for tuning in, and we'll see you at the next one, and stay safe at the Storm tomorrow.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one.